What's going on, guys? Welcome to this week's installment of Conversations with Gnarls, a place to hear stories, experiences, and advice from women who are making a difference in their communities or careers. Today we're talking to Ashley Carter, aka Ash, who is a co-founder and director at EatWell Exchange. EatWell Exchange is a nonprofit organization dedicated to cultural nutritional education. And I'm so excited that you're here with me today. I am looking forward to you meeting Ash and hearing about the wonderful things that EatWell Exchange is doing right here in South Florida and across the world. So you know what, guys? Let's jump right in. So Ash, thank you so much for joining us today at Conversations with Gnarls. It's a real pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
So can you tell us about EatWell Exchange, and also how did you and your co-founders come up with this concept?
Okay, well, thank you for having me. And EatWell Exchange, we're a 501c3 nonprofit, and pretty much we provide nutrition education with a focus on culture. Mm-hmm. So our main focus is to provide communities with access to affordable fruits and vegetables, and also to know how to use them.
Right.
So we came up with this concept because me and two of my friends, we all worked together for a health agency, and we noticed that everything that they taught in regards to health was based on the westernized diet.
Right.
So they would talk to people from Cuba, from Haiti, from all other places, and only teach them about apples and oranges and quinoa, and they weren't really receptive to it. Mm-hmm. So we decided, let's meet people where they are. Let's teach them about their cultural foods, why they're healthy, right, and also how they can just do a little bit better every day.
Right. Awesome. That's so amazing. So do you find that people were more receptive meeting them where they are and talking about from their cultural perspectives?
Definitely. Yeah. Because we all know, it's like if someone comes to your house and they just start throwing things out and saying, oh, eat this instead.
Yeah.
No! But when you actually go into someone's kitchen and you're like, ooh, so what are you cooking? Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, you're at least interested in learning about me. Yeah. So we noticed that approach is much different because we do care about them. We do want to learn about what they're doing.
Absolutely. That definitely changes how a person would receive something. So that's really interesting. So since your program is uplifting communities, right? So I read on your website about your partnerships. So I want to ask you about your partnerships, and also what kind of support do you receive from community leaders?
Whenever it comes to communities, we try our hardest to reach out to whoever we need to. Yeah. Because we know a leader is not always the mayor or commissioner. Sometimes a leader is the grandma down the street that everybody, listens to, or that pretty much raised the community. Right. So we always try to reach out to the community stakeholders and just see who wants us to come, who's interested in us coming. And we try to work with that person to tailor everything to what the community actually needs compared to what we think they need.
Right. Interesting. So, okay, how do you manage all the different relationships? Because I'm sure you're dealing with a lot of people, and there has to be relationship management there. How does that work?
Oh, yes. Well, me and my partner were the dream team, honestly. Like, we try to split as much up as possible because we care about our relationships. Right. So we're not just like, oh, this is so-and-so from, Sunrise, or this is so-and-so from Deerfield. It's like, no, this is Amy, this is Julie. These are our friends. So we really try to develop relationships. So we divide as much as we can and develop personal relationships one-on-one. Yeah. And then we come together and we always brief each other and let the other person know what's going on.
Okay. Wow.
But you're right. It is a lot because we're not only working here in Miami. We do work in Miami, all throughout Florida and Atlanta, and also a lot of work in Haiti too. Right. So we're pretty spread out, but we try not to spread ourselves thin. So.
Yes. So do you have other international goals? Like I read about your Haiti program, which is just awesome.
Thank you.
So is there anywhere else that you're trying to expand out to?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
No, but seriously, we are open to travel everywhere because we know that a lot of other places need that knowledge and they need that increased access. So in Haiti, we started a garden over there, and we know that a lot of other places can benefit from that too. Yes. And a lot of it just takes community support and, of course, finances, but it's more of getting the community involved. So any other place we're invited that has a community that's willing to help us make a change there,
You're there.
We're there.
Awesome. So out of everything that you do, what is the most rewarding?
Just the changes. Just when we go to school, if we talk to one little kid and they're like, "Ooh, I do like blueberries," or "What? This is healthy." Like, that's my favorite response. When I went to elementary school in Liberty City, and they were like, "Collard greens are healthy?" Yes, they're healthy.
Yeah.
And we actually told them the benefits, and like, "Oh, I just thought grandma makes me eat them, or grandma cooks them." It's like, yes, they're healthy.
Yeah.
So it's just that one change for someone is the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, you're definitely changing lives.
Right.
Definitely making an impact. So what is your education and training background?
Okay, and that's a very good question, because when it comes to this day and age, everybody's a nutritionist and psychologist and life coach and everything.
Right.
But the true qualification when it comes to being a nutritionist, the standard is to be a registered dietitian. So pretty much that means that you completed a 4-year program at an accredited college that has a nutrition program, and that you do a dietetic internship, and after that you take a test to become a registered dietitian. At this point, I'm in the stage of the internship.
Right.
So once I complete the 10-month internship and take the test, then I'll be a registered dietitian. Okay. But I do have my bachelor's in dietetics.
Oh, wow. So you're at the tail end of it.
I'm almost there.
Almost there.
Yes.
Awesome. So what advice would you give somebody who is interested in becoming a dietitian?
To do your research first. When it comes to the colleges, there's only a couple in the state of Florida that are actually accredited to allow you to become a registered dietitian.
Right.
So it's important that you find a program that you like, that doesn't take too long, and that can work with your schedule, and then go from there. And for me, I always recommend finding a couple mentors in the field.
Oh,
because
right on. I was gonna ask you about
really?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy you mentioned that. So.
Yes. For me personally, I am 100% on board to mentor someone when it comes to the field of dietetics, because I know it's a little confusing. You don't know where to start. You don't know what you need to know. Yeah. So definitely reach out to nutrition professionals that are already there, and they can help bring you in with us.
Awesome. I'm so glad that you said that, because I was going to ask about mentorship. Like, one of the points I try to make in conversation with Gnarls is that any career path that you're interested in, you should find a mentor.
Definitely. I cannot agree more.
Yeah.
And my mentor is actually very close to home. She's my big sister.
Awesome.
Because for her, you need somebody that is going to be 100% for you. Yeah. That doesn't mean they agree with you 100% of the time. It just means that they're always willing to help you, to guide you, to correct you when you need to be corrected. Right. And also just to always keep you focused. Because sometimes you get a little busy. Sometimes you start to get complacent in one way or another. Right. Sometimes you may start to run a little bit late. But this person will tap you on your shoulder, and they're like, "No, what are you doing? We have a mission here. Let's get back to it."
Keep you accountable.
Right. Yeah.
Your organization, obviously, a major part of it is service. We also talked about the partnership and creating relationships with community leaders. It's also a business.
Definitely.
So what advice would you give someone who is trying to start any type of entrepreneur venture?
Okay, when it comes to that, there's a lot, honestly. Yeah. Because we started EatWell Exchange, we just want to help people. But like you said, it's a business. Right. So you can't just say, "Oh, I want to help people," and that's it. You have to help people within your business and still be productive and not go into the red,
Yes.
Because if you don't have the funds, it's really not a lot you can do. So what has helped me the most is having a team. I am always reaching out to people and saying, "Hi, I know you're great." Like, my brother-in-law is an accountant, so I call him like, "Hey, when it comes to finances, is this a great move?"
Right.
Another girlfriend of mine, she's a lawyer, so I call her like, "Hey, should I have you look at this before I sign that?" Right. So it's pretty much just having a team of people that you can reach out to, but also remembering that it's a two-way street. You don't always want to just reach out to everybody and reach out to everybody. You always have to make yourself available too, so that if anybody else is starting anything, or if they need me, I'm available too. So just building that good relationship and having a team behind you that can really support and keep it going.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing is passion. Passion's huge.
It's huge.
Because it's what's going to drive you on those nights where you don't feel like, "Oh my goodness, I'm tired. Why do I have to do this?" Your passion is going to come knocking at your door like, "You know why you're doing this. Get out of bed."
Absolutely.
The days when you're running outside at an event sweating, your passion is going to be like, "Okay, you're sweating now, but you're going to cool down later when you realize what all you've done. So it's just having that passion.
So that leads me into my next question. From your experience, what are the top 3 qualities an entrepreneur should have?
Okay, top 3: adaptability, consistency, and communication.
Awesome.
Because number 1, adaptability, oh my goodness. You constantly have to be creative. You always have to find a way out of no way.
Yeah.
You always have to be really willing to just shift and move and position yourself differently.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency is huge in this day and age, because now a lot of people, they're doing something one day and then the next day they're not. So you want to show people that you have that presence, that exactly the same thing I'm doing today, I'm going to keep that going.
Right.
And maybe in a different way, but the message is still the same.
Right. It's like branding yourself.
Definitely, you need a strong brand.
Right.
And communication, that's everything. All the emails, Instagram, of course, is huge for communication.
Mm-hmm.
And just individual person-to-person conversation. Never being afraid to sit down and just talk to someone and have dialogue when you get a chance. So
Yes. Those are all pretty great qualities. I totally agree with you. And a little while ago we were talking about team, like having a team
Mm-hmm.
behind you, or people, resources that you can go to. Do you think that people should start with people within their networks, like their friends or their families? Is that a good place for someone to look for their resources?
my honest answer is it depends on who your friends and your family are.
Yeah.
I can speak for myself personally. My friends and my girlfriends are my biggest support system.
Right.
Like when I talk to my girlfriends about the idea of starting EatWell Exchange, they're all like, okay, we're doing this. Not, how are you going to do it? What? Are you sure?
Right.
It's like, no, we're doing this and you're going to do well.
Mm-hmm.
And I can honestly say from starting, it's about to be 2 years in February. Every event that I've had, every fundraising campaign, anything that I need, they're always there to back me up 100%. And for family, the same thing I told you with my mentor, my sister. Any event, anything, brainstorming, she's there.
Yeah.
I know everyone doesn't have that same type of support system that I have. Mm-hmm. And I would recommend that if your support system is a little bit different than mine, that you're just very aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean is if you know that you have people around you that are not really supportive, I wouldn't go to them to brainstorm.
Right.
Because you know that they may not give you that energy that you need.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You could still reach out to them to support your events, but just know the correct people that will help channel the energy that you need.
Right. I agree. Thank you. That's a good answer. There's this one question that I ask everyone. I feel like any woman who is out there progressing in their career or helping to building community, they're well read, they have a quote or a statement or something that encourages them. So is there some kind of gem you could leave us with today?
Oh, okay. One of the proverbs that it's an African proverb that I like, and it says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together.
Right.
And that really speaks to our mission, because if we just want to learn about nutrition together, we can do that today. But if we want everyone to change, it may take a little bit longer, but eventually we're going to get more people on board.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
thank you.
Thank you so, so much. Guys, I will see you again on the next Conversations with Gnarls. Ash, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. It was great.